What's up, everyone? Joe Quills here with you with a special Sunday afternoon edition of the Philly Guy Speaks. And as I have here on the scroll below, the final Philly Guy Speaks show. And like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, that we are going to transition to the Joe Quills show name. And it's not anything that's, it's just, it's time. So I said that before, and, we'll say it again, but you'll see here we got some quick. We're going to make it a quick episode because it's too damn bright, and I'm using my second computer for a reason. I'll tell you why with that major announcement coming up as well. So, coming up on the show, you see there, going to talk NFL draft. You know, just a quick thoughts on it because of the fact that I'm not a draft guru. Um, it's just I'm just giving you my thoughts on some of the Eagles picks there, and also the one pick where you just shook your head and ended up in concussion protocol, um, which wasn't an Eagles thing. It was a Falcons thing, but you know who that is exactly. So, also, um, Sixers game. That's why we're delayed. And damn, the NBA needs to speed these games up in the playoffs because when you get a close game like this, and also now with instant replay and and challenging replay and stuff like that, you had a 3 hour game there, and I would still be complaining about the game being too damn long if the Sixers had won. So I'm not complaining because of that. So um, so and we'll get to my major announcement here, and you'll see what it is, and something I'm really excited about, and hopefully this is the last of the special announcements that I have. So, as you know, as you can see, also I do not have a hat on. You can see how gray I am, how bald I am. I couldn't care less, but I like to wear a hat because maybe there's a lucky lady that's watching it and she says, "Oh, he's cute," and yeah, he's why is he wearing a hat in his house? Then we can worry about that later. But anyways, I hope everybody's had a great week. We did not have a show on Thursday. Um, I don't even know why we canceled on Thursday, but I did cancel early enough in the day, and I just don't know. I don't remember why now, but these things happen, and there was a good reason why I canceled. I just don't remember now. So, that's a sign that I'm getting old and I'm getting gray here. I got the gray, especially here. But then again, I had gray since I was a little kid because, my mom would be there. My mom, my aunt, whoever would see it. And, they would see they would see it and go, Plook! And I'm also keeping an eye on the horses here. And yeah, it was a 1 to 2 shot, but winner number 9 on the month from yours truly. Yesterday, I did give out a 5-1 winner on the Also Eligible show, which is my Saturday horse racing show with the Bleacher Brothers, and also on Sports Radio 102.9 The Game. That's a digital radio station that's on Broad Street South. We have the player on the Bleacher Brothers page as well. And Sweet Rebecca wins the 6th race, the Memories of Silver Stakes, and that's a damn good turf horse there. And I didn't see the whole race, because I'm talking to you right now. I probably should have waited another 5 minutes, but hey, I want to get this on to the next thing here. So, um, Sixers game today, Knicks win. Um, I know some people will complain. Chairman, how's it going? Chairman has recently joined us. He joined about 11 days ago, according to what I see on my screen here. Um, he is part of the Action Labs crew that I watch from time to time. Well, I watch almost every night. almost every night that they have a stream, and I was watching his stream the last couple of nights. So welcome aboard. Um, yeah, he was aware that I had a special announcement as well, and I kind of teased it Friday night on his stream. Didn't want to tell too much because you know, I mean, I kind of felt dirty even promoting on there, but I mean, I definitely would have done it on Action Labs, but because it was on the his stream, you know, and even if I did, uh, and and Chairman says it right. It's never a problem. It's all about sharing the love, and I have no problem sharing things with groups and with other groups, whether it's Action Labs. Um, I'll even say the Tony Bruno Sports Network, even though some people that follow the Tony Bruno show will say that there's a rivalry between Bleacher Brothers and ourselves. I said a couple of weeks ago, and I shared it with with the leader of Bleacher Brothers, AJ, that you know if you're going to make it into a rivalry, count me out because I'm not going to go into it. So that's the last thing I want to do, whether it's with Tony and Miss Robin or any of their people, because if you stay out of it, you never know when you're going to be their boss or vice versa. And life has a funny way of crossing back and forth. So I just wanted to say that. So Sixers lose today. Fourth quarter looked a lot like um, 90s basketball where neither team could hit a basket near the end, and the Knicks win. And big game from Jalen Brunson, 46 or 47 points. I didn't make no. I made zero notes for this episode. Um, I just made some quick mental notes and gonna fly with it, and because I don't want to be on long today, because I still have to do 2 loads of wash, and bad enough I'm probably gonna have to look at all 4 washrooms in our building because of the fact that um, one of the machines I think is still broken. Um, but you know, I'm just, I'm just, you know, I mean, as long as you go down fighting, I'm okay. And I don't mean fighting as in, swinging and stuff like that, but you know what I mean. And that these two teams, I mean, this has a feel of an Eastern Conference final because the Sixers, for lack of a better term, I would say that because they're the 17, they're getting punished. Not because of their, not punished for anything else other than just bad luck with Embiid getting injured at the end of January, beginning of February, and I said it on a stream or two, and I don't know which one. It might have been Action Labs. It might have been somewhere else. Might be the best thing for Embiid to get a couple of months off before the Olympics. Um, would I prefer my team to win the championship? Yeah, but it's just how things go. And Jalen Brunson, 46, 47, 48 points, whatever it was. I didn't make a note of it. All I know is I think they set a real a Knicks record. The record was 46 by Bernard King, and I didn't make a note of it. I was trying to um, get myself ready for everything. But I didn't. But win or lose, um, it's it was just bad luck that Embiid got hurt. It's not over. I mean, teams have come back from 3-1. Now, granted, the Sixers have never come back from being down 0-2 in a 7-game series in franchise history. But I think New York is going to close it out Wednesday, I think it is. I don't know what it is off the top of my. I mean, that's how bad of a fan I am that I don't know when the next game is. I just I just look at my screen. I look at my iPhone the morning of, and I start looking at the games that are going up at that day. It's like, oh yeah, the Sixers play today. I mean, it's pretty much easy, like with my Philly sports teams, because I mean, this time of year, because the Phillies play every day, basically, and the Philadelphia Union. You know, I'm a casual fan of that. They basically play every Saturday for the most part. So, and Union had took their first loss of the season last night. They had a crap ton of ties early on, or draws, as you want to be correct with the lingo with soccer or football. But you know, I just think that um, you know, even though you'll say, you know, if you take the Animal House theory that nothing is over, was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? You know, and by the way, don't quote that in Twitter because there's a ton of people out there that just do not get the joke and do not get the reference that it's from the movie Animal House. Every time I do that, every once in a while, I get the Germans didn't bomb Pearl Harbor. No, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. Okay, you have to watch the movie, but um, but yeah, it's you know it's probably over in five, and you know, I mean, disappointing season, yeah, but I will also say that it was just bad luck that Embiid got hurt. Um, so we can we can discuss that more on Tuesday night um, when I'm when the debut of the Joe Quill show is here at twitch.tv/Joe Quills at 9 p.m. Eastern. Um, also, um, um, and here's the ADD kicking in. And I just haven't, you know, oh, I know what it was. You're probably going to have to subscribe to the Joe Quill show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever, because I'm creating this as a new show, even though it's still under my same Spreaker account. It's just going to distribute as a different show because sometimes you can just change the name of the show. I prefer to do it this way. But so if you're listening to the audio of this, and I am doing an audio because I want this major announcement that I'm going to have at the end of the show come up here. Um, so, and and for those that are new here that are watching and those that are listening in after the fact, you can always join me here, uh, twitch.tv/Joe Quills. And, you know, I see your tweets on here. Um, I'm probably going to add Twitter and YouTube this week. Um, it's just an easy thing with the EV Mux or Ev Mux, whatever this program's called. I like it easy because you know I can highlight things. It's basically Stream Deck on steroids, in my opinion. Because I checked Stream Deck for free stuff, and I was like, okay, well, I previewed that, I previewed this, I like this better, and that's what everybody Bleacher Brothers is using. So that's why this stream looks different from a lot of the others that you might watch and listen to. Um, and yeah, I don't know if Riley Wrights is here or Cuban Benny. They're also from Action Labs. They did they did follow me a couple of days ago when I was offline, when I was talking about everything on Chairman's stream on Friday night when he was going through the draft and everything. And you know, and I will encourage you to follow Chairman of the Board. I don't know if Riley or Benny stream or not, and you gotta forgive me because you know I can't. I mean, they probably do, but you know, always you know, good people will get a lot of hype no matter who they're associated with. So the good people will get um, a lot of publicity with me. Um, quickly on to the Eagles. Okay, and there's my yeah, yeah. So Cuban, Benny, and Riley don't stream, and but I do know them by name, and Reckoning is here. He's also with Action Labs. Welcome in. Um, um, Riley does some writing for the Action Labs site, and I do my writing with Bleacher Brothers. Um, Gave out another winner today. That's my ninth winner this month, horse racing wise. Um, and hopefully I get to 10. And my goal was 20% with winners in a particular month. I may get 25% winners off the win wagers that I post on there every day. So, and it might go in the toilet because um, my article from yesterday, when I was summarizing everything from the Saturday morning show, um, in the notes at the bottom, I said, "Oh, I'm going to look at 5 races from Parks because their pick 5 is a mandatory payout." So kiss my 25% goodbye or whatever it is right now. So, but anyways, on to the Eagles. Eagles got Quinyon Mitchell in the first round. For the most part, in the first round, everything went according to plan except for Michael Penix going to Atlanta because it made zero sense whatsoever. Now, I will say this about Michael Penix, and I say it, um, you know, knowing that he has had numerous knee injuries. I think he's just a slower Michael Vick. And what I mean by that is he's got a rocket arm, in my opinion. It's just that the injuries have taken the knee injuries have taken its toll on him. But going to Atlanta at 8, and I don't even know if I was watching somebody stream or I don't know what the heck I was doing, but I was watching somebody stream or just eating dinner or something. I don't even know, but whatever I was doing, everybody had the same reaction. I was like, "What the hell are they doing?" And that was probably the first F grade of the draft, and not F as an FU, but but yeah, it was an ugly selection because it made no sense. Well, I mean, maybe they're saying, well, because I don't even know the contract for um, um, and Reckoning says Falcons move would have been smart if they drafted a young QB. And, you know, in some cases, Penix is going to be 24 in a month. But the thing is with um, the Michael Penix move, you know, even if he's a rookie at 24, um, if I'm drafting a backup for Kirk Cousins, because I listen to the Dave Patrick show and he goes Kirk D Cousins, um, but I really feel that if you're, I mean, if you were going to draft a quarterback in the first round, why did you spend 4 years and something like 160 million or whatever the heck it was? I don't know what it was, but it just made no sense. I mean, if I'm going to draft a quarterback that I can build, um, third round, maybe fourth round. Um, Obviously he was high on their draft board, and they went a little crazy and went with that pick. Um, but um, but the Eagles got Quinyon Mitchell, um, who did get shafted um, um, in the recruiting process because he ended up at Toledo because he had the talent to play at top schools. It was just that his academics was not that great. So you did have all that. And I actually caught this on TV, and I was looking. I was like, oh, okay. Um, Nick Saban, who was on the panel with the ESPN/ABC crew, he said if he ended up in a transfer portal, they were going after him, and rightfully so. And probably if Marshall had gone to the draft, um, there is no, if he did go to Alabama, there's no way he would have been 22nd. He would have been top 10 probably. But then again, Eagles got exactly what they wanted. They got the defensive back that they needed because we saw that implosion that the Eagles defense had after they started out 10-1. And you got some great players there. And I want to play this one video. And just to give you a little background, Jeremiah Trotter Sr. played for the Eagles, played on the 2014 that went to the Super Bowl. And there was a couple of pictures I saw where he was holding his son when they were celebrating on the field, when they were getting an NFC trophy or after the trophy presentation, anything like that. And also because Jeremiah Trotter Jr. went to my high school, that team had, I think DeAndre Swift was gone. It still had Alameda Zacchaeus. It had John Runyon, who's now with the Giants as a lineman. I mean, you had a super stacked high school team, and the one thing is with that really pisses other schools off in the state of Pennsylvania, the Philadelphia Catholic League, they have open enrollment, and the reason why it's to try to keep the schools open. Because once you get to a certain point, you lose a whole bunch of kids to tuition. They're just going to say, all right, close up the school. And I've seen it many times over the last 20 years. And, my school was a private school, St. Joe's Prep. And I've lost track of how many state titles we have. And, it isn't just St. Joe's Prep. Anytime you get a Philadelphia Catholic school in the state tournament, the team that's getting blown out because the Catholic League schools have open enrollment, whether it's a parochial school or a private school like mine was or still is, you're going to have the other sideline chanting, we don't recruit. And, these Philadelphia teams do lose as well in the playoffs, so it isn't like, recruiting. But I do want to play this video. And if this video, especially if you're an Eagles fan, doesn't hit you right here, I don't know what will. I did have one guy on my Instagram say, "Oh, I didn't shed a tear." Well, you're just a pain in the ass, but I definitely want to play this here. And let me go here. Hold on. I'm still learning this. Here we go. So I'm going to play this here. It's a quick video. And they were playing these all day on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever. This is the Jeremiah Trotter video. And I almost lost it watching this. So here we go.
All right, hey, Jeremiah Trotter.
Trot.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
It's Howie Roseman.
Nice to be talking to you.
What are you thinking, man? You think we should trade up and take you right here? That'd be pretty cool?
That'd be pretty cool. I'd love that.
Yeah, you're an Eagle, brother. Just like it's meant to be. Right where you're back home, brother. Proud of you.
I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Jeremiah.
Hello.
How you doing? It's Coach Sirianni.
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Hey, congrats, man.
Jeremiah, how old were you when I first met you?
I'm
Two?
sure I was
Two?
young.
3,
Yeah.
4. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Just really huge congrats. Congrats to your dad, and I loved your mother, so
Thank you.
congrats. Can't wait to see you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, so Jeremiah Trotter, um, he lost his mother a year or two ago. And, I don't know the whole story behind it, but, you can tell that they were doing whatever they could to get Jeremiah Trotter into the Eagles fold. And, if you know the history of Jeremiah Trotter Sr. being with the Eagles and Jeremiah Trotter growing up in this area and, then also playing high school ball here and then going to Clemson, that is a real emotional video. And, and I think I said it on Chairman's stream on Friday night. I was, and I might not have said it word for word, but I was excited to see what would happen because I had the feeling that Jeremiah Trotter was going to the Eagles. Um, and the Braves win it on a walk-off single in the 10th. So the Phillies will not be gaining ground on the Braves today. Um, and so um, so I watched that video probably 20 times. And, just to see the owner, Jeffrey Lurie, who was the third guy there, um, it really drew you in, especially if you're an Eagles fan and you know the story behind Jeremiah Trotter Sr. being with the Eagles and everything, and also with the fact that he played at my high school and everything. So um, I wanted to share that as well. So um, now I'm going to ask this question, everybody, and if we go over the hour that I planned, then so be it. It's not that big of a deal. Um, your teams that you follow, and I'm wondering where my phone is. It's in my pocket because I'm trying to. And the Phillies are up 2-0 on San Diego, and perfect because I am going to mention this right now. Do any of your teams basically own the other team at their stadium? And the reason why I say that is, and I said this in 2022 when the Phillies played the Padres in the National League Championship Series, I said that that series is going to be Phillies in 5, and I was the only one saying Phillies in 5.5. And one of the few times I'm ever correct about something. That's not horse racing related, but the one thing I said was the Phillies, for whatever reason, always seem to win at least 2 out of 3 in San Diego. And it's the case again here. They won like 9-3 Friday night. And my God, those city connects with San Diego are horrible. I mean, if they weren't those colors because, it's the Mexican heritage right across the border and the San Diego heritage, whatever. But it just doesn't look appealing to the eye. I know the Phillies ones aren't great either because they look like softball uniforms with Philly sheriff pants on them. I'll tell you what, the Phillies, since Petco Park has been built, has been Citizens Bank Park West. And even if it was 20, 25, 30 years ago where we didn't have internet, it was harder to get tickets to games and also tickets to um, airplane tickets and stuff like that. You know, things are. I mean, even if nobody from Philly showed up, it's show up to games now in San Diego. It is Citizens Bank Park West, and we called Nationals Park Citizens Bank Park South. And the Nationals, right before they really started getting good in 2010, 2011, 2012, they were the first that said, oh, anybody who geolocates to Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, you know, if we can trace you back to that Philadelphia market area, you're not getting in. You're not getting tickets. Now, granted, you can still get them on a secondary market, which, you know, I mean, you don't have to do that with San Diego, but I mean, you don't even have to do it in real life. But you know, especially now, I have never seen a team that just owns another team in their stadium all the time. And you know, Phillies have had some horrific teams that have gone into Petco Park, and I don't know what it is. The Phillies always win two or three. They sweep. They win 3 out of 4. They sweep a 4-game series. I don't know what it is. And um, I wish even if I had a stream on Thursday night, I would have said, hey, Phillies are playing San Diego. Load up on the Phillies all 3 games. And even if you get 2 out of 3, you'll be making some money off of the Phillies. And so far, so good. And Ranger Suarez, who's the top pitcher for the Phillies right now, even though he's third in the rotation, he had an amazing streak where he went 32 innings without giving up a run. Technically 32 and 2/3, but you don't get credit for 2/3 of an inning if you give up a home run in that inning like he did. But you know, Phillies Phillies starting pitching is dealing right now, and um, interesting to see what happens with Taiwan Walker on the mound today. But um, you know, a lot of stuff like that. So for those that are um, listening, I'm every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, and you can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, on Threads, and on YouTube at Joe Quills. Um, you know, a couple years ago, I changed my um, Instagram and Twitter. And the reason why I did it was like, Philly guy, it's run its course, and little by little, the Philly guy thing really, um, you know, like for example, when I would be joking around on the Tony Bruno show, Tony Bruno Sports Network, I come with a quick one liner like I always do in all the streams I watch, trying to get a laugh out of people, and hopefully not getting banned, which I haven't yet, thank God. Um, you know, oh, Joe there, he talks Philly sports that the Philly guy speaks. Well, it wasn't necessarily always Philly sports I talked about. And that's why I wanted to change the name. And part of the reason why I changed the name was because everybody that all my friends from high school call me Quills. Um, and it all started with my freshman algebra teacher back in 19 you know he had his way of getting kids to learn even if you weren't great at math like I was. But he had his way of getting people to learn, and he made it fun, nicknames and stuff like that. So I mean, in a way, the name is kind of a tribute to that teacher, and it's also what I get called all the time with my high school friends. So, I mean, if you were, and I'm probably not going to do an IRL because it'd be like, dude, you don't have to do the IRL shit on Twitch. You don't have to do the Twitch stuff with us while you're here with us while we're tailgating before the Phillies game, which is fine because I'm not going to do that. But we do have a game coming up in July, and thankfully it's a Saturday that I'm off. Unlike this Saturday where I got to work during the Kentucky Derby, which really sucks ass because I was the first one to request and nobody got the Saturday off. So I'm off Friday, and thankfully I'm off on Friday because um, also eligible will be on Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. So we will have that. And that is going to lead to my major announcement. And if you watched Also Eligible on Saturday morning, we did leak it out. And it wasn't done on purpose. I knew it was coming. I didn't think it was going to be resolved that fast. I thought it'd be something that would be told off air. And, I wasn't mad that he mentioned this when I was on air. But let me share my screen here. And this was from Saturday morning. And before I go to that, Tank Dell got shot. He's been released from a hospital. Hopefully he's okay. Nothing seriously happened to him medically. Because anytime you hear somebody got shot, you cringe at what could have happened. Because even the media when they say, "Oh, he'll be fine," is he really? So, so I'm going to add this scene here. You're going to have to listen to about 2 minutes of the video here. So, and hopefully you do hear it because I'm still learning the FMUX, EVMUX, whatever you want to call this program. And we do have a training session coming up with the group that I'm with. So here's the video. Just to let you in behind the curtain, which we lied a little bit, and we said that we did this 5 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. And some people that know me, there's no way in hell I'm getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, I got to do that in a couple of weeks when I go to Seattle. But this is the video that I'm going to share, and hopefully you do hear it, because there is major news here that I've been sitting on for the last 36 to 48 hours. So here you go.
You got to give me a week or two to get my bearings straight.
Yeah.
And I would like to win the Triple Crown title this year and and nail all three of those races.
Yeah. And the one thing I will say, and I'm going to open this up to the general public as well. Anybody who listens to this, watch this, whatever, hit me up, Joe at bleacherbrothers.com, and tell me what you think of a particular race, or give me your Derby horse or even because we have the Kentucky Oaks next Friday afternoon, why not give me an Oaks horse as well?
So you're going to have to come on during the week with us and handicap the Kentucky Oaks.
That's not,
I would assume
that
probably
little
Wednesday
thing
or
is not
Thursday.
part of it yet. It's coming up. And just to let you guys know, those that are watching, I also do my own show, and I am rebranding this week as well. Starting Tuesday, my show is going to be called The Joe QUILLS Show.
I like it.
And it's 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. And, I do some sports stories here and there, joke around, the usual stuff that I do. And Thursday, maybe I have to turn it into a 3-4 hour stream. Don't want to do it because you lose interest, but maybe I do a 3-4 hour stream. Look at the Oaks on Thursday night show on top of whenever I'm on your show, the Bleacher Brothers show, which is 6 to 9 Monday through
6 to
Thursday.
9. Yep.
hmm
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
Currently, right now.
yeah, and I will look at the race, the two races. I can pull up videos because I have access to Twin Spires and TVG. TVG is a little bit easier to pull up those past races if you want to look at a video. You can search by name, which is great. Even though To Password, who's the Japanese entrant, good luck finding his race. Even though I did find it, my good friend Gerald Contreras, who I know from No Filter, I found it on his. I found his second win on his YouTube the other day. So I actually have some video on that we'll probably talk about on Thursday on my show. And
Okay.
yeah, so but
Can we say right now that the Joe Quill show will also be coming to 102.9 in the next week or two? Is it all right if I say that, or do you not want me to say that right now?
is it official?
Yeah, it's official. It's just a matter of working out between
Okay.
our show and what Robbie's going to do and what you're going to do, the exact timing of it. But yeah, it's official.
Okay.
You've known me for a little while now.
Yeah.
Do I shoot the guy? Have I said anything's going to happen and have it not happen yet?
No. No. I just
Other
want to
than my
make.
horse racing picks last week, yeah, no, it's
I
official.
just
You're on board, bro.
yeah, because
You're
I
just
just
as
want
much
to
as this team as
yeah.
Luch and Luker and Chef Tom and everybody else.
And I just wanted to make sure it is official because we don't want to get the stewards involved. We don't want to have somebody objecting, and then you have a mysterious disqualification that rivals Angel Hernandez behind the plate because the other day was the anniversary of Kyle Schwarber getting kicked out of the game where he goes, "You missed up here, you missed down here, you missed way out here, you missed way," something like that. But no, but yeah, that's. I guess that's my breaking news that I'm going to break on my stream on Sunday.
I
Uh,
blew it. I'm sorry.
no, but this is I found out firsthand today, and we're going to have that show. We're not going to say when exactly yet. We're going to work. We're going to cross the I's, Jeez. Cross the T's and dot the I's, and we will give you that exact date, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. And you're going to stream to your platforms, but it's also going to stream out on
Yes.
every single Bleacher Brothers platform
Yes.
also. So you'll be able to catch
Yeah.
it right here on this YouTube channel if
Yes.
you're watching on YouTube, or this X channel, which is exploding. I mean, just 2 nights ago, Robbie sat in for me, and he had a bigger X audience than we ever had. But he had some big guests on. But that's the
Yeah.
way we're progressing. More and more every day, people are learning about.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the big news. I'm getting my own show, and God help us all. No, seriously. It's going to be, the timing, the time that it starts will be announced in the next couple of weeks. Um, so I'm getting my own show, and I can't wait for it. It's probably going to be a couple of weeks. It's not going to be this week. We got to iron some things out, and also next week I am going to be out of town for a couple of days. Um, so that's the breaking news that I've been teasing the last 2 days, and I got my own show on 102.9 The Game, which is a digital radio station, and there's a couple of ways that you can get there, and I will show that to you here. Um, One way that you get there is if you go to Broad Street South, which is Broad ST South, you scroll down, or actually you want to click on live show / sports radio. You got the player there, and they're replaying a Bleacher Brothers show from whenever it was. You can get it on Google Play. You can get it on Apple. So, depending on what your tablet or your smartphone is, if you like apples or you like droids, boom, that's how you get it. Also, you can go to bleacherbrothers.com. There's the player down there as well. There's my little section. I did an article this morning because Churchill Downs shocked the hell out of me because I was coming home from the casino and, oh, by the way, so and so's a 5-2 favorite. I'm like, huh? I thought they don't draw till Monday. And then there was this. That's what I do daily, and I did have a winner. I did pick the two, so that's my 9th winner of the month. And next Saturday, we'll be on the Bleacher Brothers YouTube, Twitter, and it's going to be 8 to 10 a.m. on Saturday. So, and tomorrow's article will be the Pick 5, aka the Big 5, which is a mandatory distribution, carry over $176,000. So that is what I wanted to share with everybody here, is that I'm getting my own show. And it's going to be on 4 nights a week, Monday through Thursday, because for whatever reason, the Bleacher Brothers do not work on Friday. And, it's just more craziness that I have in my world, so to speak. So, but, it's just, I'm just excited about this. More than anything else, getting something on my resume. And, it's not about the money. It's not about this. It's not about that. It's about doing something that I love, and that's talking sports, writing sports, thinking sports. I also like music too a lot, but like once I'm done my real job at 7:30, and I'm trying to point in the right direction, but it's a little off because I'm making sure that this works, because I think it did, because when I was playing one of the videos, I muted my mic and I played that. So it's going to be 4 nights a week. It's possibly 8 to 10. It may be 9 to 11, but I will have guests on there from time to time, and we also got to figure out the format as well. So, but also this week coming up, the first 2 episodes of the Joe Quills Show will be Tuesday and Thursday here at 9 o'clock, and they'll be exclusively here at twitch.tv/Joe Quills. They won't be distributed on the Broad Street South as of yet. So that's what we'll be doing this week, Tuesday and Thursday, and it's going to be a busy week. I get the feeling I'm going to have another interview other than the Bleacher Brothers interview that we talked about on Wednesday or Thursday, talking the Derby. But I have a feeling I'm going to have a morning interview with somebody about the Derby, and it's going to be a busy week. And if you follow me on Twitter at Joe Quills, I set the over-under last night at 69.5 articles. Now, we know it's going to be less than that, but had to use that number because I'm a pervert. But so I'm basically doing 5 shows a week. In a couple of weeks, I'll be doing 4 shows a week. That'll be Bleacher Brothers / Sports Radio 102.9, the game related. And then I'll be doing my Bleacher Brothers, my also eligible show on Saturday. So I'm thrilled and can't wait to get that started. So, but it'll be a couple of weeks because got the 2 shows this week, and then next week I'm probably going to be off. I'm going up to New York for a day or 2 for Bleacher Brothers business. So We're doing some things with, because we have promotions with BetMGM, Bet365, DraftKings, FanDuel. If you go onto the Bleacher Brothers bet page on the BleacherBrothers.com page, you'll see all the offers there. Don't hit the first set of offers because they're specific to North Carolina. You got to scroll down to the bottom. But yeah, so that is it. Want to do a very quick one because I didn't want to do a formal one because I didn't know how bad the sunlight was going to be, and if I was on my main computer, it would be even worse. But I do want to thank Reckoning. Do want to thank Chairman of the Board. And even if you're watching on YouTube after the fact, because I'll put this on YouTube in a little bit, and it will be on the final. It will be the final Philly Guy Speaks podcast, as we will go to the Joe Quill show as of Tuesday. So, and I'm excited for what's going to be coming up. Thanks to AJ for talking me into going into Bleacher Brothers a year and a half ago, because I never thought that I would have my own show, even if it's a digital platform where nobody's going to listen. I'm getting something that I never thought I would get when I was in school, getting my master's in sport management, and that's filling up my resume finally. And I'm thrilled, and I hope you will join me when we get that started. Follow me on Twitter, Threads, Instagram, YouTube, all at Joe Quills, and let's have some fun with this. So, probably going to need a witty closing phrase here in the next couple of weeks, but I'll think of some. But do appreciate everybody for watching today, and I will catch you Tuesday night for the first episode of the rebranded Joe Quill Show. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day, and catch you Tuesday night, and go Phil.